Hey, my name is Matt and we're here in Hong Kong in Central, and today we're going to be taking a ride on the Hong Kong observation wheel. I'm going to go get my ticket and then I'll tell you more about it. Straight ahead of us is the IFC, that's the International Finance Center. It's the tallest building on Hong Kong Island, and they've got a beautiful observation deck at the top of that building where you can look out over the rest of Hong Kong, and it's free as well. I used to work in the film industry, and every day you get some, well, actually twice a day, in the morning and the evening, you get something called the golden 20 minutes. It's so hot here. The golden 20 minutes is when just before the sun sets or the sun rises, when the colors are most like bright and saturated, and it's like the best part of the day. So this is why I'm doing this tour right now. The good news is that the gondola is completely air-conned, and I'm gonna mind my head, otherwise I'll hit it as I come into the gondola.
So if you feel like you can click the emergency call right there.
Correct, thank you. So I've got an emergency button if there are any problems. So here we go. Like me, you don't like the heat, I would really recommend coming in winter. And winter in Hong Kong is November, December and January. Those months it's much cooler and more pleasant. You don't have that tropical heat and humidity. There, I'm going to turn now. We're going to look down at the carousel. So they've got a special kids carousel and bumper cars here, and now we're going to get a spectacular view overlooking Kowloon. There you can see it, the tallest building in Hong Kong. We are now almost at a height of 60 meters. We're almost at the top of the observation wheel. That's about 197 feet. Carly says, how do you survive in Hong Kong if you don't like the heat? My survival method is just to jump from building to building, from aircon building to aircon building. So here we're having a look at Victoria Harbour. Now you can see it's a very hazy day, but still looking really beautiful. And what you're looking at there, that green, can you see that building with the grass on top? That is a tunnel that's going under the harbour and onto the other side, from Hong Kong Island to Kowloon and under Victoria Harbour. Oh, here, this is a beautiful postcard moment we have right now. Looking at the 13th tallest building in the world and the M+ Museum advertising itself in that massive TV screen that is the museum. And I want to tell you something interesting about the number 4. So there's something in Asia called tetraphobia, and that's the fear of the number 4. And this building, the tallest building in Hong Kong, the 13th tallest building in the world, doesn't have any floors with the number 4. So the 4th, 14th, 24th, 34th, all those floors are missing, and you won't find them. So it's even though the building is 110 stories high, it's actually they go up to floor 118 because they're skipping all the floors. And we're going to have a look at an area called TST or Tsim Tao Choi is straight ahead of us. This is a great place to come if you're visiting Hong Kong. Straight ahead, with this oddly shaped building over here, that's the Hong Kong Cultural Center. Then you've got a clock tower in front of it. That marks the spot of the first ever train that was built that went from Hong Kong all the way to the border of the mainland China. Now that train no longer exists, but the clock tower is there to remind us of that and the history. 5 different ways to get to China quickly and easily. You can take a high-speed train, you can take a slow train, you can take a ferry, you can take a plane. Lots of different ways to get there. Now I want to give you, I'm just zooming out because I want to give you a feeling like you're in this gondola right now. Does it feel like you're in here with me? Here we have the central pier. Now, there's a whole lot of piers leading on from the central pier. Now, the central pier is actually where you can find the museum. There's a museum called the Hong Kong Maritime Museum. Once a month, I schedule all my tours, and I post them online. And if you want to get my list of tours for the month, I really suggest subscribing to my Buy Me a Coffee. You don't even need to necessarily tip, just get onto Buy Me a Coffee and get on, subscribe to become like a, I think it's called a member or something of Buy Me a Coffee, and it's free, and I'll send you an email just once a month of all the tours I'm going to be doing. Oh, there's a band playing down there. I'm doing something I never knew I could, which is giving you a really wide angle so you can see pretty much everything I'm seeing. I'm now looking back at Hong Kong Island. This is all Hong Kong Island here. All the biggest corporations in the world and big finance companies being based here. That big building at the back that's got a crisscross, that's Hong Kong, that's the Bank of China building, really an icon on the Hong Kong skyline. So we can get a good view of it now, but if we look straight ahead now, and I'll do a little bit of zooming in, you can see these are all ferry piers, and these ferries are leaving for the outlying islands. Hong Kong has about over 100 outlying islands, and what's really convenient is if you work here in the central business district right over here, but you don't want to live in the city, you want to have that country style life, you can if you live in Hong Kong. If you go live on one of the islands that these ferries go to, which it would be Lama, Cheng Chau, Discovery Bay, Moy Wo. If you live on one, and if you want to live on one of or more of those islands, you're going to have a really easy access to coming to Central to work every day. Little fun fact about the Hong Kong observation wheel, it's famous for being in a movie. So if you've seen Kong vs. Godzilla, which part of it was set here in Hong Kong, you would have seen the observation wheel get smashed to smithereens. Now the difference in the movie is that in the movie the observation wheel was they changed the color in editing to have a green light, but if you see the observation wheel now in real life, it's actually lit up with red lights, not with green. So that was something that they did in post. But the true observation wheels lit up in red. So the sun has set, you can see it's progressively getting darker and darker. So since we arrived till now, we've got a completely different feeling and vibe and experience since then. I'm just going to go down. I want to give you a little bit of vertigo now. Carly asked, have you watched the Symphony of Lights from inside the wheel? No, I haven't done that. What I have done accidentally is watched the Symphony of Lights from the ferry. That was really, really nice. The thing with the Symphony of Lights is you have to get a recording of the music and then play it inside the observation wheel, and then I think that would be really spectacular. Because you won't be able to, you can only hear the music in two really specific places. The one is on TST on the raised platform, and then the other one is at the exhibition center down there. Okay, so that was our final rotation. I'm gonna jump off. Thank you. Wow. Welcome to a boiling hot Hong Kong. I'm gonna give you a nice reversal now of the observation wheel for you to get a postcard. Oh, such a beautiful place to be right now. Look how clear it is. So thank you so much for joining me here at the Hong Kong observation wheel. And so from very hot Hong Kong, keep on adventuring, keep on exploring the world, and I'll see you soon.